some community members, partner, and some fun stuff to share about. It's been it's been a really busy it's been a busy couple of months for us, but last week just Floppy, I don't know about you, but it just like it kicked into like hyperdrive, especially with the launch of the new website, the new logo, new branding. Floppy, you've checked out the website. Tell me about it.
I mean, it's like unreal, like how much has changed. Yeah, I mean, like you see it on the surface with the logo, and I was like, oh, this is cool, new logo. And then we got like all these promotional videos showing it, and then you check out the website, and there's like, I mean, it's unreal. I don't know. I mean, it's like a whole new universe to explore, and I mean, it looks phenomenal.
I love the animation. When you're launching a website, it's not something that you can just launch and expect it to all be up and live and propagated immediately. And it's been really like impressive watching the team, work out the little kinks. The animation though is just flowing really good now. And a lot of people I don't think realized at the beginning that you could actually click, on each of the graphics there, which then takes you to a link that, directs you specifically to like the specific pillars. And it's awesome just seeing this stuff live. I remember when at the beginning of the year we put out the pillars as like a roadmap, and now you go to the website and most of this stuff is up, and some of it's in test mode. We can talk a little bit about that stuff, but it's just really cool to see it all up there.
My favorite part is the treasury number just seems to keep going up. I don't know. It might be a bug, but it just keeps going up.
And obviously we had the CEX listing last week. In some ways, some horrible timing with that CEX listing, and obviously the geopolitical problems starting last week. But obviously, last 2 days, like markets are definitely turning around a bit. So it's great to have the CEX listing live, and only up from here. So another thing that has been going on, it's pretty obvious, but we've been doing a strong like pickup in announcing the number of partnerships. So just in the last couple of days, we've announced 3 different partnerships. One with DeFi, one with D Horizon, and another really exciting one with Angelic, who we're going to hear a little bit later tonight from someone from their team as well. Making sure all my alarms are turned off here so I don't hear any background sound and stuff. But I also think at the end of this, Jensen's going to be joining us here in a little bit. But I actually think we're going to leak another partnership and some more information. So the happy hours it's a casual conversation and stuff. But I think what we'll start doing is sort of leaking some information out to our key community members who are always checking in, and that way you guys got to hear about it before it goes out on the socials. And finally, like a thing that we've been starting is this week we launched our game of the week. Currently, we're doing this with Space Misfits, and the feedback has been really strong. The gamers are loving it. And we did an AMA with the Space Misfits founder a couple of weeks ago, and definitely plan on having them in again soon. So with that, why don't we? I think Jensen's here on stage. Jensen, can you hear us? Okay.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, Jensen.
Morning.
Floppy, you want to start off with Jensen?
Yeah, sure. I think it's the CEX listing is still on everybody's mind. Can you like give us a little bit of info about it, like how you thought it went, like any background numbers? I don't know, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah. No, I mean, it was quite an unfortunate timing. We had all the logistics locked in, and then there's something I've realized about our launches. It's the same as our IDO as well. is somehow on the day that we that we list on exchanges or whatnot, the market goes red, right? So I think it's a good predictor of any kind of bear markets. But I think I think one good thing of having a CX is that it provides a very cheap entry point for people who wants to come in small amounts. Because I think prior to this, if you were to buy it over Uniswap, your gas fees is like probably like $50, right? So like it deters anyone who's coming in with like a $300, $400 bags, right? But I think going forward, this is also aligned to our plans of ensuring that we can have smaller people participating in our ecosystem. And alongside this CX as well, we are also launching a bridge into Polygon really, really soon. And the idea behind that is then we are going to layer up actually, in fact, more utility around the Path tokens. So Octavia, Carlo from our community has been really pushing on the agenda behind the scenes. I think he has been engaging with several of you folks in the DAO forum chat as well. But I think the idea we also had like a huddle yesterday discussing and laying out some of these plans, right? There'll be more news about it, but basically it involves around sharing revenue. It involves around sharing, providing basically ability for our community to co-participate in our private deals, and also now creating some form of a additional utility for the whitelist and for the NFT drops that we are getting from a lot of our game partners. Because I think today, if you notice, a lot of our whitelists and drops are just given out to the community, right? Around just first come first serve or in a lottery based system. But going forward, I think we want to start building all of this around the Path token to increase the utility around that. So it's a layer, right? So you think about it, the CX provides entry point from a cheap way to actually get Path tokens. Once you bridge into Polygon and you start building these stake for utility programs for Path, we then have also ability for people to participate in the utility of Path in a very cheap way. So I think that's the objective over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, that's a bit on the end.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. Yeah, I mean it's only been a week, so these things can take time to gain momentum as well.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. We haven't made like an official announcement about this yet, but Jensen, can you confirm and talk a little bit more about we're actually adding another DEX, right?
Correct. So I think basically it boils down to the whole building up the fundamentals for the project, right? And one of the key things is to ensure that there's sufficient liquidity pools going forward, right? So I think that CX is one. But I think what has happened was behind the scenes, some of our close friends from our VCs connected us with the Bancor protocol. And the idea is that if you guys are Bancor holders as well, you guys will have noticed that we've just got a approval to be on their DX, right? That decentralized exchange. The cool thing about Bancor is that if you folks are also keen to stake, you can actually do a one-sided staking, right? The Bancor is a liquidity pool that removes the whole impermanent loss risk for stakers. So basically, you get the fees in the pool without the impermanent loss. So that's the benefits of Bancor for you folks who want to explore the ecosystem. But I think the idea is that for us, this is an additional liquidity environment and also an additional I would say, reach right into the Bancor ecosystem and their community there. So I think these are some of the few initial steps that we are doing to build out a larger liquidity base for the stability of the project. Because the whole incentivization of LP staking would run out right after a year or a year plus, right? So I think that's the idea. We need to build the longevity of the liquidity systems. So on that note as well, I think the team is still exploring protocol-owned liquidity using the Ohm environment. But on the Ohm side, I think they had some issues. They delayed their platform launch. So that the whole POL or protocol-owned liquidity initiative is taking a bit of a slow step. But the idea is we're monitoring. if need be, we will have a PIP push forward for the DAO to vote on to extend the liquidity mining incentives in our current liquidity pools on Uniswap, while the home guys, accelerate the deployment on their end. So that's a bit on the liquidity side and Bancor.
It's really cool hearing about the Polygon stuff. Obviously, like some people in the audience are pretty active in the Discord. These are things that the team is working on really hard behind the scenes. But obviously, we got to be a little bit careful with what we're sharing publicly before everything's confirmed. So, for you guys listening, like right now, that's two pieces of information with Bancor and Polygon that I know hasn't been confirmed publicly, but we will be confirming in the next days and weeks ahead. Jensen, one of the big things on the new website is the Path FinTech, right? We're working really, really hard to do financial loans for the gamers. Can you give everyone just a little bit of update with what's going on there?
Yep. And I think this is probably one of the most exciting or more exciting developments happening this week. Actually, two key exciting developments. Right? So I think before I dive into the fintech part, when you guys notice the website, right? I think the key reason why we've deployed the website and this really cool looking map is to really drive down the narrative behind what we are doing, right? Because I think in the end, what Path is building is not just a typical guild, right, in the gaming ecosystem. The Path vision is much larger. It's to actually build an ecosystem to bring in Web2 gamers into Web3 space and to ensure that these gamers, they have fun, but also they have a reason to stay, right? To create these reasons to stay, there are a lot of elements we have to bring in, right? Be it value-added services like financial services or social platforms, right? Where you folks can socialize, share cool stuff that you guys are experiencing in the games, right? So that's what we are building up as an ecosystem. So two things happening actually this week, right? One is that we've already set up the platform for gamer identification registrations. So meaning going forward from now on, every Path gamer would build their identity on this platform. And this platform will be used for coordinating competitions, leaderboards, quests, and giveaways, right? And the idea is that this platform will slowly evolve into a social gaming platform where you guys can start sharing content, start streaming videos, and there'll be some form of incentivizations built into it to kind of incentivize engagement and your content creation, right? In the whole ethos of Web3 bringing the value back to the users. So you think about it, right? If today I play Space Misfits, right? I did some really cool stuff in my team. I put a 10-second snapshot up onto this platform. The other gamers in the community can actually tip this post with the platform's native tokens, right? And that would help in the recommendation algorithm so that your post becomes more and more famous. And there might be more people tipping you, right? So I think that's one example of what we're doing down the line with this gaming platform. But at the start is building up these identities, right? So you will hear from your guild leaders and your clan managers in the coming days for you guys to start, building up your identities and your profile on this platform. But the second thing, which is the one that I feel that would also add a lot of value to you folks, right? Especially if you're gamers in our community, is that we are now introducing microloans as the first product, our fintech ecosystem, right? So the idea behind these microloans is that we have an application form. You guys can just fill up the reason of why you want the loan, just a casual like what loan amount you want and for how long, right? And the idea is that the more active you are in our gaming community, the better you are in some of the games that you perform in, right? Be it XZ, be it League of Kingdoms, be it any of these games that we're bringing up, right? I think Qbox is coming up this week. The idea is that you will then be entitled to a much better interest environment and probably a much higher credit limit as well. So that's a product that we're rolling out this week. I will create a more deeper announcement on the detailed application steps and the place where you can apply to. So I think stay excited. This is something we are still figuring out. We are testing. It's the first in the space, right? So I think we have to work together, right? Both from your side, we are trying to provide these services to you, but things might evolve while we figure out this product development together, right? And the idea is, over the next few weeks, we refine and improve this whole product proposition, so that in the probably in a month coming down the road, right, we can start bringing these services not just to our Path gamers, but also to really incentivize other gamers, right, to join our community to participate in this service that we are offering. Yeah. So expect an announcement and a channel around this today and tomorrow. And you can even start spreading it to the fellow gamer friends, right? Within your within the Path community as well. And to the clan leaders, we will get Julian, Justin, to also give you guys a debrief on how you guys can communicate it out to your clans. Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit on some of the cool things that are really hitting the road this week.
Yeah, it's super exciting. It's like awesome to just seeing all this stuff come together and come together so quickly.
Yeah, man.
Jensen, thanks for joining us. I'm going to try to ask you maybe a question or two at the end, but I'm really excited. I want to let in Farhad. Farhad's from the Angelic team, which is a new partner that we have. An amazing, super exciting RPG project. I've been really impressed with the graphics and everything that's going on, the backstory of the project and the team. And so, yeah, I want to welcome Farhad and thank him for giving us a little time tonight.
Hey, thank you. Happy to be here. We're excited to be partnering with you and be part of this community. So exciting times.
Yeah, no, for sure. We're real excited about this partnership. This is one of the new partnerships that we just announced, and we are going to be doing a longer extended AMA with you coming up. But I just want to let's get the community excited a little bit about what's going on. Can you introduce yourself and just tell us more about the Angelic team?
Yeah, for sure. I'm the CEO at Angelic, and I've been developing games for a long time. Our core team, 80-90% of the team is more of a game development background team, and I've been developing games since we used to package them in DVD and ship them, if you can believe it. So yeah, I started my career as a computer scientist and then got fascinated with 3D graphics and the immersion games create, and then went on working on games, and I've been doing that for a long time. And our CEO is Erkan, and it's possible in the next longer AMA he might be able to join us as well. He's kind of in the same boat. He's been developing games for a long time. He even teaches at a local university on game design and development. And, we have a really strong team. I mean, we were just looking at this, that, when you count all the games, our team worked on, we counted that it's over 100 million players enjoyed the games the team actually worked on. And a lot of the titles have been acquired by industry giants like Ubisoft and Microsoft and Peak Games and Mail.ru and so on. So that's me and about the team in a nutshell.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So tell us more about Angelic. Like I want to know about the year 2507, the year 2702, and I definitely want to talk about neo-humans because that comes up a lot. I've seen that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Angelic, if I had to really summarize it, the way this whole Angelic project started was, like I mentioned, we have such a strong gaming background. We really wanted to make a good game. I mean, we all love blockchain, but blockchain became part of the game after, we were already focused on making a great game. And blockchain just enabled us to make it even better. But as far as the story because of that, this is, we see a lot of different games in the market, and they're all fun in different ways. But Angelic is a very story-driven, deep involvement required kind of game. We're, we don't like saying that, but I don't know how else to say it, but we're shooting to make it a AAA game. So that's a big part of Angelic. So the story actually happens that, in way back in the 2300, and the global collapse starts happening. Kind of crazy talking about this in times like this, right? Because sometimes we all wonder. Anyway, that some
Yeah.
great war starts in 2350, and all the corporations get involved in 2400, and by 2500 or so, it's pretty clear that there's a plague and global wars and all that, and it's just a mess in this planet. And they start. Angelcon is a corporation, and they announce a human evolution project called Transcendence. And the Transcendence project, that's right around 2500. And then the Transcendent Project, the first neo-human that they create is Iset, is the ISET, is the first neo-human to be ever created. And the idea with this, with this human evolution project is that we're trying to create, better humans that will help us fix some of these problems, right? So the thing is, as we've seen in a lot of science fiction movies, of course, the some rebellion thing happens, and the first rebel neo-human becomes just about 2520 or 2525. So from there on, of course, now neo-humans are kind of split, and Iset, the very first neo-human, decides to join this rebellion as well, and kind of becomes the leader of it. And I don't want to dive into all the details, but you can already tell we have a very, depth in the story. But I'll fast forward that it goes all the way to 2700. So it goes another 100 years, 200 years. This whole rebellion continues, and with this also, of course, the rebellion among colonies sparks an instance of space piracy, and many gangs form. First contact with infestation, entire spaceports go dark within days, around 2540 or so. But eventually, so these neo-humans make a comeback, right? They're basically trying to in the 28th century, 200 years after interhuman war between corporations and neo-humans, these long forgotten angels. So neo-humans are angels basically in the game, and so these neo-humans, long forgotten angels, they return from deep space because that's where they end up splitting to. And the corporations dominated the Earth long ago, and neo-humans' arrival, it raises a red alert for them, especially after they discovered, there was a dreadful and hostile fungus spreading. So the story goes on, but I'll give you that much for now. And I think maybe it's enough to just get your interest. And we'll publish this story in a little more detail in our website really soon. So we'll be able to give a link to this whole story.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, like the term neo-humans is just like a call to action. I love it. It's like so exciting.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, like the beacon is heard, right, in 2702.
That's right. Yeah.
Cool. It's impressive. I can't believe you're saying 100 million gamers across the titles. It's a super impressive team that you guys have built, for sure. And one of the things that I noticed, it's hard not to immediately, is like the artwork, the graphics on what you guys are doing is absolutely incredible. Obviously, you have a really talented team. Can you talk about like some of the inspiration, like where some of the inspiration for the artwork came from?
Yeah, I mean, I think it all started with, the moment we decided to say we're going to make it, when you're developing a game, you end up picking up a genre, right? You can say, I'm going to make a fantasy based game or a science fiction game or science. So the moment we decided that we were going to make a science fiction game, um, we started looking at the inspiration of course, all the science fiction that's been made, right? And I think for us, it was important to differentiate between science fiction and science fantasy. A good example is like a Star Trek is more like science fiction because it's kind of basing things still as much as it can on science and trying to make things realistic, versus something like Star Wars is more science fantasy because yes, it's still very much in the future and all that, but it can go off in the deep end. It can make up anything it wants. So we decided to make something that's more in the science fiction realm, and then from there on, as you can imagine, there are a lot of examples. Of course, our biggest inspiration is the science itself. We all love science and all the research that's been done in the science. And with that, we've had, there's a writer, Michio Kaku, and that's an amazing inspiration. There's been even the theoretical physics, just work around that and all the information coming out of that. There's just so much to be inspired from. That makes it a little hard. On the art side, I think the art is more, we should say maybe not quite real photorealistic, but stylized realistic, because we wanted to keep it dark sci-fi, kind of similar to maybe some games like Destiny or Mass Effect. Those are some of the games we were inspired by. Also, as far as the art style goes, yeah, those are some of the things I can say about the inspiration, but it's a little bit hard to completely nail it down. And of course, every artist has their own way of inspiration. Like I remember talking to one of our artists on, when he was making the ships, and, he was using animals from nature as his inspiration. It's just, it's hard to really nail down on who is inspired by what, but it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about game modes. So you're going to have a single player and then, of course, multiplayer. So what can our players expect in both of those modes?
Yeah, I think, it's really, we wanted to make this game to be totally accessible to everyone. So that was a major thing, and there are a lot of people who like single player games more than multiplayer games, because they just want that immersion by themselves, and they want to be able to follow a storyline. And in a game like this, it's very story driven, so they can actually play in a single player mode. And the difference is then they would be dealing with AI, and played on their own, versus in a multiplayer mode, the gameplay is very similar. And if you've seen the videos of the game or anything like that, the gameplay is about the same as far as both mode goes. Except that in a multiplayer mode, it just expands to a point where you can actually exchange items with players. You can team up. You can actually affect regions with PathDAO mechanisms, and you can do a lot more in multiplayer mode. Is basically the biggest differences. And I would, like I said, I would just suggest to you know, once we have we have been giving away the playable demo as a gift right now on some of our, little competitions, but pretty soon we'll open that up, and then the demo will be playable, and that'll be even more obvious. But I think playing the game a little bit as a single player will actually get people used to the game, and then the multiplayer becomes easier to get involved in. Yeah, and a lot of things are just more fun when you have other people in there. Like we'll have crafting in the game, for example, and people will be able to craft their own weapons. And of course, they will all be tied to NFTs. But to do something like that is just way more fun when you can actually trade it with other people and use other people's weapons, and the list goes on.
Yeah, I completely agree. I love games where there's like a story component, and then it just adds such a like level of complexity, and it brings you back when you have other people to interact with, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
cool too. It's like that's some good advice for our community too. Though, is like starting that single player and then like get it down and then move to the multiplayer.
Yeah, I think so. That would be a good approach.
So, we're really excited about this partnership and proud to have it. Can you talk a little bit about like, what the relationship between Angelic and PathDAO means?
Yeah, I mean, in short, we love you guys because I mean, part of it is you've been an example community for showing strong progress and building the metaverse, and you got this rare combination of you know and love video games, and at the same time also have these blockchain development capabilities, or at least view that as an important piece in future of gaming and blockchain. And so being part of this community itself is, I think, is a big plus for us. And then hopefully a lot of the Web 2 users, a lot of the game users from the past in the community will want to play along with the Web 3 gaming that we are all being part of here, and we can onboard and convert some of the masses of the Web 2 users into the Web 3 space, using the blockchain
Thanks.
gaming as gateway.
Thanks, Farhad. I think like you hit it right on. Like obviously you heard Jansen, our CEO, speak earlier tonight, and we have a big community of gamers, obviously under PathDAO, but kind of like not kind of, but our tagline is we're trying to bring millions to the metaverse, right? And Jansen was touching a lot on just even elements with like the financials, which are geared, not only at supporting our current like community, but also like attracting and onboarding, more players in this. And we have really, really big ambitions, but having partnerships with, industry leading products, like Angelic is critical, like in our vision.
Yeah, we can see that even before that message, that it was obvious that that's what you guys are working on, and we're excited to be part of it.
Cool, Farhad. Well, I really, really appreciate you coming tonight. We're going to be posting this in the next couple of days. Again, this is not public now, but we're going to have you guys back on the 10th, and we're going to be doing a larger AMA, standalone AMA. We'll be reaching out, obviously, to our community to craft and create some questions leading into that. But I really appreciate you giving some time tonight and just coming in here and telling us more about the team and the inspiration, the artwork. I love like just the trees and the organic. It was cool to hear that some of the graphic inspiration was coming from like actual animals. Because like it's just vividly apparent, from the moment you see it. So definitely encourage everybody who's listening, anyone who's going to be listening to the recording of this to go and check out Angelic. And I think it's we're going to do it on the 10th. So in just a little bit over a week, we're going to have you guys back, and we'll delve in a little bit more in depth. And I know Floppy is going to have some more questions also.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, guys.
Hey, so let's bring in like two of our key community managers right now. We got Ang and we got Toby's in the house again. Can you guys hear us? You want to do a little sound check?
Hello.
Hey guys.
Awesome. So, Toby, you joined us on the first happy hour that we did. Ang, this is your first time on the happy hour, but I want to kick it off with you, right? So can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? Where do you live? Yeah, we're excited to hear from you. You might be muted. So check the mute buttons just to make sure we can hear you. I can't hear you. So Toby, can you try unmuting? And hopefully we'll get Ang to also unmute himself here.
Yup. No. Can you hear us? Yeah.
Gotcha now. Yeah.
Yeah, Toby, we can hear you. I think Ang's you got to hit the unmute button because I see that you're muted on the main screen here.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and like where you live? I think
Sure.
keep it
Uh,
unmuted.
yeah, I'll do it. So I'm from Costa Rica. I'm currently studying computer science at college. I'm a second year student. Actually, I'm gonna go back to college in a few days. And yeah, that's basically it, I guess.
Awesome. I know Tobes is taking some classes too, and I just think it's so cool. Like obviously, both you guys are real active in the community. Tobes, like how cool is it that we got like another, community manager like literally around the world in Costa Rica?
Yeah, it's like 12 hours apart. So like right now I'm not it's nighttime for you guys, am I correct? Yeah, but for us it's like
Yeah.
10 a.m. in the morning, so like yeah, the time gets different. But it's kind of amazing to think about it. To have people from all around the world working together to build this space. So yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, you guys are both taking classes too, which I think is really cool. So I love in the Discord, like, Tobes is saying like good night, and Anne's is saying, oh, good morning, good morning. It's like where one picks up the other where one ends, the other picks up. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we change shifts. So like when people see us saying like good night and good morning at the same time, they'll be like, wait, what? Are they in the same time zone or something? Or is it?
I
Okay.
think someone was writing the other day in the chat. They said good morning or good night.
Oh, I like that. No, somebody, yeah, they combined the words. It was like good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, something like that. It works. All right, well, let's get to the good stuff. Like, I want to hear from both of you. Let's start with Ang. When did you get into gaming? And like, what are your like earliest gaming memories? Like, what games were you playing?
So I think I've been playing video games my whole life. My first like experience with video games, maybe it was a console called PlayStation. I don't know if you know that. Probably not. It's like a mix between the PlayStation and Nintendo.
I haven't heard of it.
Haven't heard it. So yeah, it's basically like a mix, and it has like like the same games for those consoles, but like the copy. It was quite funny. I used to play like a Mario game, which was like a complete copy, and the one that had like the gun and you had to shoot the birds. I don't know if you know that one.
No, were they super buggy? Like you'd be like,
Yeah, they were like
you'd
super
miss your
buggy.
jump.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah.
it's the crap game. It's the pirated
Yeah.
edition.
Yeah, and you got to
Yeah,
understand, Floppy and I are a bit older, so we were playing like Duck Hunt back in the day, like with Nintendo systems.
Yeah, like original Sega and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I see. Well, I used to have like a DS. Do you know that one? Nintendo DS. Yeah, I used to have that one, and also a Wii.
That was epic
But
though.
You know what's funny about some of the old Nintendo systems is like if you have some of those original games like unwrapped, like unopened, like they're selling for like millions of dollars now. And I
yeah,
remember
that's true.
my mom cleaning out like the house and just wanting to just throw stuff out, or not throw it out, but I think what we did was we passed it on like to like a
No.
family we were close to who had a child. But yeah, it's funny. We think back to like where it started, like floppy disk, right? Like the whole inspiration behind his name is that we literally were using like floppy disks. And it was cool earlier tonight, like hearing from Furhad, and he was saying, oh, I've been involved in games since we were sending out DVDs. And I know for Floppy and I that doesn't it's that long ago. It's cool that so And can you tell us more about currently what's your favorite game that you're playing?
So currently, my favorite game, it might be Zelda Breath of the Wild. Do you know that one?
I have not played it, but yeah, I know of it.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
knows Zelda.
You have a Nintendo Switch system.
yeah,
You
it's
should play
really
with me
good.
sometimes. Yeah, it's epic. Yeah. We
You have
should we had
played?
like a Web3 game that can be like that. Oh, but yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Are you
yeah.
playing on
Zelda is
Switch?
pretty good. Yeah, on the Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually already finished it, but like I really like this game. I've already put like I don't know, like 50 hours or so. No, I
Jeez.
think it was like 100 hours, and I still like find new things in the world. It's just amazing.
That's cool.
What and another question is what unreleased game are you most excited about?
So, well, is it like both like crypto games and like regular games?
It's whatever. I mean, I remember
Whatever.
we asked Tobes about this on the first happy hour, and his response was like, "Oh my god, so much stuff." Like, obviously, Tobes is a big Pokemon
Yeah.
fan, but like what? Just tell us kind of what you're excited about. That's maybe not playable at this moment, but it's coming out.
So I think that this year Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 it's coming out. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped about that one. I'm waiting for it. Also, like if we were to talk about crypto games, I'm looking forward to Big Time, which is like amazing. I think it's one of the best games that are coming out in the crypto space. Yeah, those two are the ones that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Toby, what do you think about that? Because I think you had the same answer, right? Big time, big time.
Yeah, but really looking forward to that. Like still up to this day. Apparently like they're releasing something on OpenSea. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm gonna have a look later on. But yes, big time. I'm pretty sure. Yo.
Yeah.
Hey Toby, like for people that didn't listen to the first happy hour that we did for us, can you just tell us like a little bit more about yourself? Obviously, you and Ange are both like in university, but yeah, just give a little background for people that didn't hear the first happy hour.
Okay. So hi guys, my name is Toby. But in the Web3 verse, you can call me Toby Tato. So yeah, I'm 21. I'm studying like Ang. I'm studying finance. So yay, math. But yeah. So one of the questions was what's your earliest memory of video games? I guess like Pokemon was epic. So I grew up playing Pokemon. Um, on the what's that thing called again? Oh, the Game Boy. Yes, that thing with tiny buttons. And until now, like I'm still a big fan of Nintendo, and I do own a Switch myself. So yeah, and what am I looking forward to? Like the best. Oh yeah, what other games do I play right now? Oh, I'm really into Dota 2 recently. Like I don't know why, but just looking at all the esport videos online just makes me feel a bit like, oh, I should play this game. So been really into that recently also. But I'm looking forward to any games in the near future which incorporate esports for the Web3 verse. So yeah, just to give you guys a small background, I play a lot of Axie Infinity. Um, last season I was in the top 200s ish. Yeah. Then I'm really into esports. So just thinking and imagining like playing video games as a living or competitively. But yeah, the last question would be like what am I looking forward to? Big time, let's go. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Love
Big time, let's
it,
go.
love it, love it, love it. Hey, so we have the game of the week going on right now with Space Misfits. can you guys share a little bit of your thoughts with Space Misfits and with the Game of the Week concept?
For me, it's like kind of cool. I see like our community of gamers like just played. They played together recently, but I didn't manage to join because like I was a bit busy with work and studies. So I saw them like on Discord playing together, like trying out the game because it's apparently it's like multiplayer. So yeah, they went on first together, I think. But yeah, it's a very cool concept, and I would love to try it myself. I'm gonna play it later on. So probably like late afternoon or late night. So if anyone's interested, you can hit me up. We can play together. Like, yo, let's see what this game is actually all about. So yeah, haven't tried it myself, but very interested. Agree.
Yeah, so I really like the concept of Game of the Week. I think it's quite funny. And also, I've played a lot. Well, not that much, because I know some people here in this group that play like the whole day Space Misfits. The game's just too addictive, you know. I've played it for a while. I'm really bad. I'm a really bad player. I always get killed by the NPCs, but I really enjoy it, collecting materials and stuff. Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, everyone's had a really strong reaction to Space Misfits. I loved when we had the CEO Sam in here for an AMA. I'm really anxious to bring him back. What's been really cool is that I've been seeing some of like the TG like chats back and forth like with them, and he's like super receptive to changing, not changing, but I guess evolving. Like even for example like point of view type angles with the ships and all that kind of stuff. So what's cool is that like you guys love playing it, but like they also are like hearing directly like the feedback. So obviously like Tobes is the head of community and is a community manager, but any gamer, anyone in our group, if they have feedback for any of these games, like definitely pass it on and like we'll get it straight like to the dev team. And with Space Misfits and a lot of the projects, like they're being really receptive to everything we're suggesting.
Okay, so go ahead.
Just adding on, like I personally really like teams that listen to the community. Like they change immediately after like people voice out. That's really cool because some games in particular that I know of don't do that. But yeah, I think listening to the community is very important. So hats off to them for changing and upgrading the game for us to have more gameplay.
Yeah, and also Tobes, like, and everyone, like, this is super important to know. Like, the investment team is killing it with finding these projects, right? So, what's interesting about a game like Space Misfits is like they have like think about like the most popular like club in town, man. They got a line of people like around the corner, like lining up trying to like get in, and like hats off to our investment team because like they're nailing it with finding these projects, and then we're like developing these relationships where we're communicating with them, and then they like appreciate us. So you guys like playing these games, being involved. That's I think that's a really big like catalyst here that's helping us like land some serious like the best game partnerships out there.
Yeah, boy. That's what we're talking about. Let's go.
Okay, so we've got a bit of a leak here. Very excited, especially since Toby, you just mentioned this. But
yeah, Tobes is going to be excited about this one.
He's going to be excited. So our next Guild Wars is being announced this week, but we'll leak it here first that the next Guild Wars will be with Dota 2. Toby Yang, I want to hear your comments. Toby, go ahead.
I actually really want to find a team and play myself. But yeah, we'll be hosting the qualifiers really soon for anyone that wants to represent Path. But I think I'll be participating also. So hey, stand a chance to fight the Toby tail.
Yeah. You gotta get in there.
Yeah. And how about you?
So I haven't played the game, to be honest, but I know that it has like a big community and that it has like tons of features. I've heard it's like kind of a MOBA, like LOL or I don't know, Arena of Valor, right?
I'm disappointed
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah.
I'll
It's like
start playing
the-
it. I'll start
Yeah.
playing it with you. You
It's
can
like
be my
Dota
teacher.
2 and LoL are like the MOBAs, right? Yeah, they're like the biggest ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Toby the disappointing.
Tobes from Lambo is calling out Ang right now.
Immediately.
Shots fired.
You and me have you're gonna have a talk with me later on.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't know Dota 2, like check it out online. There's like some really cool like gameplay stuff that's posted. It looks sick. I mean, really excited that the team lined that up for the next Guild Wars. We're going to be announcing that probably in the next 24 hours or so, but obviously sharing it with you guys here first.
Very nice. Dota.
Hey, so Ang, Toby, I really appreciate you guys joining us tonight. I'm gonna open the stage back up to Jensen. We got another exciting announcement. I just think it's fun. Like, it's cool having these like casual style AMAs. Like, we bring in different people. Anyone in the community that wants to be involved in this stuff, like, don't hesitate to reach out to me. We're looking for guests every week. We have some pretty big guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. And one of the things, we announced 3 partnerships last week. This week we're doing 3 AMAs. This is only going to continue at this level or increase in the weeks ahead. So we got like some really, really cool stuff coming up in the roadmap, and I want to bring Jansen back in to talk a little bit about that. Jansen, can you hear us?
Yep.
So we haven't announced it yet publicly. I think I'm going to press the publish button, as we finish this, the happy hour tonight. But yeah, you want to tell us a little bit about our new partnership that we got coming up?
And so, guys, I mean, for you folks who like the whole football, okay, I don't. There are people from the States here, right? So I don't know what is it called. It's called soccer. The one you play with your feet. So yeah, it's if you like that kind of genre, there's this massive game coming up. It's more like a football manager Web3 game, which is called Meta Soccer. Right. I think honestly, this is one of the projects that we are really, really bullish on, because I think when we tested it with our team, a lot of them love the gameplay. A lot of them, in fact, I grew up also, right, playing some of these football manager games, right, and now we are seeing it in a Web3 environment. So the great thing about Meta Soccer is that they are not just building a Web3 game like that, right? They're actually partnering with a lot of football players that you guys would know if you guys are following the football scene. And that's going to help a lot with bringing more and more gamers to the ecosystem, allowing your matchmaking and your gaming environments to be more fun and more vibrant. So that's Meta Soccer. They are still actually launching some of their NFTs. The guild ourselves, we've acquired a significant stake in some of these NFTs. But if you guys are also keen to go in from a personal angle perspective, they are doing certain like airdrops every like 2 weeks. On if you guys are keen to get into it, right? So one more thing about Meta Soccer is also we've been talking to a lot of other gaming guilds out there, and I think they've gotten on board like 20 major guilds into that game. So I think that in itself is a testament to how excited I think all of us are waiting for their game to come out. And just happy that they're able to share it with you folks today.
Yeah, Meta Soccer. Let's hear it. I think what Jansen just said about, like, for example, them just even like them doing the airdrops and stuff. I love that they're bringing people in. Soccer, or like as Ang knows it in his country, football. I mean, this is the most wide. I believe it's the most widely floppy. This is the most widely played sport in the world, right? I mean,
I don't know played, but it's definitely got the largest fan base in the world for sure across. Yeah,
like we've seen in the U.S. address like some of the, like for example, what's going on right now with like the NFL. There's there's a lot of projects coming out like across like different sports, and in the U.S. NFL is like huge, right? But realistically, it's more regional, right? And like you think about something like soccer, Jansen touched on a little bit earlier, but like growing up, like playing FIFA and everything. I mean, that's something that's like worldwide popular, and like really, really hats off to like the investment team for like getting us in on that. Having 20 guilds involved, I mean, that's like a guaranteed success behind a project like this, don't you think, Floppy?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, the fact that the whole world is watching soccer, aka football. I think America's the only country that calls it soccer. But yeah, I mean, it's got the largest fan base in the world. Like everybody loves playing these like team management games. So I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I don't really understand why we call it soccer, but or I actually not even that. I don't really get why we call football, because obviously there's only one player on the team, which is
Yeah.
the punter, like using his feet.
Yeah, I think we pigeonholed ourselves and then we just got stubborn about it.
Well, hey Jansen, I really appreciate you like doing some serious leaks tonight. Just to recap a little bit, Polygon, that's huge, 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 huge news. We'll obviously have timing on that, but really cool to hear confirmation that the team's like working on that. In addition to the new DEX with Bancor, and specifically like the staking and like, I mean, Floppy, removing like liquidity problems, that's next level.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, every project needs.
I'm sorry, impermanent loss.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
also increasing the liquidity. But it's been a really, really big like last 10 days for us. We're just right now is March 1st. Looking ahead, it's only I think going to be there's only more news coming out. But just like a quick recap of what's happened. We had the CEX listing last week. We launched a new website last week. We launched new branding and logos last week. In the last 4 days, we've announced 3 partnerships with Angelic, who was a great guest to have on tonight, DeFi, D-Horizon, and then Jensen just shared with us this new partnership with MetaSoccer. So after I hang up tonight in the happy hour, we're going to do a post on MetaSoccer. But you guys heard it first here in the Discord. AMA will keep you posted in terms of airdrops and other movements there. And looking ahead, 24 hours from now, we're going to have an AMA with DeFi. So we'll post that as well, but they'll be in here answering some questions, going deeper into that game. And also MetaSoccer, we're going to have them on Friday. So normally we've been doing these AMAs at this time, which for Floppy and I is at the night. For the team in Kuala Lumpur, it's in the morning. We're going to change the hours up a little bit on Friday with MetaSoccer. Most of the team is based in Spain, but really, really excited about the upcoming 2 AMAs. So DeFi, 24 hours from now, MetaSoccer at the end of the week. And really appreciate everybody listening in tonight. Really appreciate our guests. Floppy, thanks for hosting with me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been fun. And of course, thank you, Jansen, for being here.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cool, guys. Hope everyone has a great night, or a lot of cases, good morning. And stay tuned. 24 hours from now, we'll have DeFi on here, MetaSoccer on Friday. Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.